All right, and welcome back because we are back, and this is Plunked. This is the podcast in which we celebrate two teams for one magnificent city. That city being the city of Chicago. I am one of your hosts, Amelia Bucks, along with my co-host Kristen Petit. How you doing today, Kristen?
I'm all right. How are you? Can you hear
I'm
me?
hanging in there, feeling good off of this three-game sweep of the White
Yeah.
Sox, and have company here with me as usual.
Hey,
Made
girl.
her way down. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
how's your weekend been thus far?
It's good. I'm glad to have a long weekend. Couple
Yeah,
days off work, so that's good. But
same here.
and it was a good weekend for Chicago baseball.
It was. We saw the Cubs unfortunately dropped in an extras today, but they definitely made some noise against those Boston Red Sox that came
Yes.
into town.
Yes. And it clearly shows that Boston is not ready to compete with the Yankees if you let the Cubs almost sweep you. And like their
This is
fans
true.
have been going crazy. The Boston fans, like it's the Cubs. Yeah, one of the worst
Gotta
teams.
love it. Gotta love it. That's what is so crazy about this game of baseball is like you just kind of never know what's going to happen from day to day. There are so many games. You know, I mean, you look at the White Sox, completing the sweep of San Francisco today, like after struggling against a team such as Baltimore where they were almost swept. So,
Yeah,
and I hope the FCC doesn't come down on
I know.
this inappropriateness. I'm sorry.
Kennedy, you got
Um,
to move behind your dad.
so
Right? He'd be like, so.
so so Kristen, why don't you talk to us about your Cubs and what you saw and what you liked out there while I step away
Okay.
for a second.
All right. So I like that the Cubs competed, but it's still a little empty if you're a Cubs fan because you know that this isn't the core or this isn't the group that they're supposed to build a contender starting next year. It better start next year. You had over 40,000. You have 40,000 fans this whole weekend, like filling the stadium, loud, rambunctious. Just enjoying good baseball again. And I know there were a lot of people from Boston in the crowd as well, but it just had that feeling that Cubs fans we need back, and they have to respect the fans enough they're going to have to build something. This is competitive baseball, but like I said, it is empty because Wilson Contreras may not be here. Maybe they even think about trading Kyle Hendricks, David Robertson, who's done well as a closer. He's probably someone that'll come up and trade. And so then once they're gone, once again, we're just watching a bunch of try hard kids that we're the third largest market. We shouldn't be watching try hard kids anymore. There can be some try hard kids with some gritty veterans that are winning. Um, a try hard kid who has a career year and helps get to the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to win the World Series every year, but they should be competitive. It's the third largest market.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I'm not gonna take away from it was an exciting weekend. It was a great weekend of baseball, some great pitching. Kyle Hendricks looked good again. There's Keegan Thompson. There was some great pitching happening. Some bad defense by Boston, a bad bullpen by Boston, but still not going to take it away. They beat an over 500 team in the East, but it's sort of hollow because now what? Okay, and then when they play the Reds again, they'll lose 2 out of 3. So
So what it's about, unfortunately, once again for us is just enjoying these moments, because they are unfortunately fleeting with both teams, to be
mhm.
honest. So we just kind of take it as it comes.
Yeah. So and then the one Boston pitcher who, they asked him about Wrigley Field, and he's like, "Well, I play in Fenway," and it was kind of, it was just standard ballpark. What? Get out of here.
Yeah,
You're playing Wrigley Field. I know some people may call Wrigley Field a dump, but it's a magical dump. Okay.
it
Wrigley
is.
Field is a magical place. Get out of here with your trying to, pander to your Boston fans like, Fenway's better. It may be, but don't act like Wrigley isn't magical with over 40,000 people going crazy. Get out of here.
Yeah, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
mean, Ozzy doesn't like it. It's better than it used to be, but it's a magical dump. That's all I'm saying. Wrigley is a magical dump.
It is. It is full of magic. It definitely is that.
Yes. Magic, bad luck, whatever you want to call it. It is full of it.
Yeah, and it's a historic. It's one of the oldest
Yes.
parks still standing. If is it second to only Fenway still
Fenway,
standing?
right.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
made great improvements and all that, but that's just and the guy pitched okay, but they still lost. Whatever.
Hey,
But anyway, not gonna let that
enjoy the
overshadow
win.
that. Right,
Enjoy
Patrick
these
Wisdom.
wins.
Yeah, Wilson Contreras. Sorry that he probably will be gone, but
Patrick Wisdom
Morel's
had
still
some
doing
nice
well.
moments.
What'd you say?
Patrick Wisdom had some
Yeah,
nice
Patrick
moments.
Wisdom. Uh, and like Wisdom's a piece. To me, he's not core.
Right.
Ian
Absolutely.
Happ, as well as he's played, he's still just a piece. He's
Mm-hmm.
not core. So they just have a bunch of pieces, and the two core people, Hendricks, which it's okay. Let Hendricks go. Free him. I mean, by the time they're good again, he won't be. So let him go.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
good someplace else. Try to win again. And then Wilson will be gone. So, but anyway, I will enjoy the nice wins.
Absolutely.
And speaking of
Most
nice
definitely.
wins, your guys are only 2 games out the loss column, right? 2 games
Oh
behind in the loss column.
Oh my god! And this is
They
what
drive you
we're
crazy.
it's either just fallout or I mean, my god, just this constant climb towards 500 is maddening. And then you see them have a great game, a great series like this one in San Francisco, and but then coming off of a couple of clunkers, you know what I
Mhm.
mean. But before we get into that, there is something I'd like to share. We got a new burger in town, Kristen.
I love a burger.
I love a good burger, and it is named after one of my newest favorite burgers, which is Jake Burger of the Chicago
Ah,
White Sox. It is called the Jake Burger. The fine people at Region and Wickers Park put us on to it, and brother Ruben and I had a chance to check it out. So let us check it out.
all right.
All right, this is Emilio Bucks with Stadium Eats here with brother Ruben. Shout out to the whole Plunk crew, Plunk squad. We're out here at the Region, gonna check on this Jake Burger that they have created here.
And handcrafted.
Handcrafted is probably the most important part of it. I like my meat handled, crafted. Anytime I see they have Green River, it's a must-have. What you thinking, Rude?
I'm thinking that I'm looking forward to all this deliciousness we have coming. I've been in LA, haven't been eating like I'm accustomed to. And I have high hopes for this Jake Burger. Just like I have high hopes for Jake Burger.
First, we're starting with the Jake Burger. We're going to sample that. Then we're going to get to the double cheeseburger. And we also have a chili cheese dog here. Everything looks official. Cheese fries to top it off. Thought I'd get some good shots before things got real. Let us begin. Okay, so on my first impression of the Jake Burger, I feel like with it's a turkey patty, quarter pound turkey patty, bacon, and a fried egg. My first impression was this is a hell of a breakfast sandwich. I feel like if the turkey maybe had a little bit of sage in there to make it a little bit more turkey sausage like,
Oh man,
it would be even more perfect breakfast sandwich. But as just a burger, also very good. Stay tuned. Brother Ruben, so what is your take on the Jake Burger?
oh man. I had high hopes for it, and it did not disappoint. I like the smash burger styles patty that they have going on, but they did it with the turkey. A lot of places have a problem with seasoning their turkey. This is fairly sufficient seasoning with the little cheese and egg. It was definitely like had the vibe of a breakfast going on. It would go actually really well. The savoriness of it. I think it had like a jelly or a syrup side coming with it to get some little dips in here and there. They've been perfect. But other than that, out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Overall, it was a good experience as far as the Jake Burger goes. I think out of 5 stars, I think I'll give it a 3.5, which I think is a strong score. It was really good, not great. I had a chance to let it settle, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. This is Emilio Bucks, along with Brother Ruben. And this is Stadium Eats. Back to Plunked.
You two need to get a show together.
All right, and that was it.
That was hilarious. I like my meat handled.
Who doesn't? Right? Come on. Well, we have a question here from our favorite Plunked Deb. Green River is a soda that originated here in the Midwest. To my knowledge, it's really only available in the Midwest. I don't know. I haven't seen it on the West Coast. Haven't spent much time out east, but evidently it's not out there.
Right.
It's how do you describe Green River soda? It's from Iowa. It's originally from Iowa, part of the Midwest. You're right next to Illinois, and I almost described it as a green freeze pop flavored soda. I don't know how to really explain it. It's not quite an Uncola, not quite the lemon lime that you normally used to with the Sprite or a 7-Up. Do they still make 7-Up?
Yes.
They still make 7-Up. Okay. Like Sprite's bastard brother.
It used to be more 7-Up people than Sprite, and then Sprite just took over.
I think you're right. Like 7-Up used to have the better ad campaigns.
Yeah.
I think until the 90s, and then the Sprite came with the hip hop ad campaigns. And
I think isn't Sprite a little sweeter than 7-Up? 7-Up's better for when you're sick than Sprite.
Okay, so maybe it's less sugar in it.
I think so. That I feel like it is.
Let's go there. And I don't know where what's Pepsi's version?
They're not Sprite. Who's Sprite? I mean, who's wait?
Coca-Cola is
I think
makes
Pepsi.
Sprite.
Oh,
Pepsi makes Sierra Mist.
Sierra Mist.
Yeah.
Do they still make that? I haven't seen that in a while.
No idea. I feel like they still do, because I feel like the restaurants that are Pepsi restaurants
yeah,
serve Sierra Mist, and the Coca-Cola restaurants have Sprite. or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah. Deb, I'm gonna find you in Green River, and right from Plunked,
Ship it to you.
we're gonna send Deb some Green River. We're gonna make that happen for you. But back to the team at hand, the Chicago White Sox. The Sox, look good today. Had a blowout of the San Francisco Giants. Won that one 13-4. Giolito was sharp, just 3 hits, 6
Finally.
yeah. Actually this start and the previous one were actually pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, he has struggled. What is his ERA down to now? Let's see. Like it was up around 6 earlier today, down to 4.9. So
Oh,
he's improving.
oof.
Yeah, that's not good when your ace is
No.
that far out there.
I got the glow right now on my little necklace.
Yes, that thing is shining.
I know.
Right. Almost looks real. Is it real gold? Almost. So is the way it's shining.
My niece gave this to me. It's just the gold part that makes it shine.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that is very nice.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
But yeah, so 4.9, but he is key. Like when he was kind of bad for a while. Like I was worried about him, trying to figure out, well, is there something wrong? Is he hurt and we didn't know about it?
Yeah. He seemed to have some mechanical issues going on that maybe it's looking like he's improving upon.
Okay. That's good.
But yeah, I haven't heard anything about him being hurt, which is
Okay.
good. Now,
That's
speaking of hurt pitchers, I'm still a little worried about Liam Hendricks. Still experiencing that tightness in the forearm. So hopefully he'll begin. I'm not sure if he's begun a full-on bullpen session yet, but hopefully that will be sometime soon. Other than that, the Sox are pretty much right where we left them 2 weeks ago. Trailing the Minnesota Twins. Not to mention the Cleveland Indians, but we're not chasing the Cleveland Indians. Wow. They are going to shut us down. If we had multiple viewers, we'd be shut down between Kennedy coming in shirtless and that gaffe. That is quite enough. I'll say one thing: our bats have started to come alive. Still aren't hitting home runs though, which I think specifically is an issue. Not hitting enough home runs. Abreu, our home runs leader, is leading with 9 home runs, which is kind of crappy. When I looked up and I saw Anthony Rizzo hit his 22nd.
Yeah.
I'm like, gee. And Giancarlo Stanton hit his 20th. I'm like, wow, they got 2 guys hitting in their 20s. And that's not even counting Aaron Judge.
I was about to say, I can't believe it. So Rizzo passed Aaron Judge and Stanton.
Yeah, Rizzo's hitting the ball pretty far.
That's good.
No, Frank, we don't want you coming on shirtless.
No thanks.
No, so we would definitely get shut down then. Okay.
Thanks, Frank. We'll just no. You can watch us shirtless if you like, but
if you like, if you must.
Yeah. So,
but
now,
overall, we got some good production out of the bottom.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Your guy Leary Garcia.
Yeah, Leary.
If I'm saying his name right.
He's man. That's not his fault. Leary. Let's
Yeah,
call him
it's
Larry.
Larry. All right, so Larry
Larry.
Garcia.
Larry Garcia.
He's coming through. He's come through with some big
Mm-hmm.
hits. Uh, and you're gonna
Oh,
need
I'm sorry. I thought you had something to say about Larry.
who, me?
He's come through with some big hits.
Am I
No,
freezing?
I think we're on quite a bit of a delay here.
That sounds like, am I freezing or
I
something?
think maybe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like you're not freezing, but I think we're on quite a bit of a delay here.
Okay, how is
But
it now? Am I
you seem
I'm okay now? Okay.
better.
Okay.
How about now? I think we're better now.
Okay. I do have terrible internet service right now.
Really? Yeah, my internet, my Wi-Fi is looking a little slow right now. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at a meter I got over there.
Yeah, it's
But
yeah.
but anyways, we're gonna make it do what it do. Yeah, just the bottom of the order has been really big for the Sox in this recent stretch. Uh, Actually, we are out of the 9 hole. Speaking of Larry Garcia, out of the 9 hole, we lead the majors with a 289 batting average. That's just a boring stat for you, a boring Sunday afternoon stat for you. Leading at number 9 with a 289 batting average. The Cubs are at about 260 something. So something about those number 9 hitters in Chicago playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, perhaps. Perhaps. But yeah, that's what I got.
Now you guys got a big stretch, a make it or break it stretch coming up.
Yeah, we got a set coming up against Minnesota, and then a stretch against the Cleveland Guardians. Uh, yeah, that's a make or break stretch. We'll actually we'll be at the game tomorrow night.
Oh,
Hopefully there'll be something to celebrate. There'll be fireworks whether they win or lose. It's the
that's
4th
good.
of July game, so that'll be fun. And yeah, this is make or break time right here. Like the going into the All-Star break. Let's see. Let's take a look at what we got here on the schedule. To be exact, come on, load. All right. Okay. Yeah. So we got a 3-game set at home with the Twins. A 4-game set at home against Detroit, which is good to see. We've beat up on Detroit really well, and I hope we can continue that. But this next 3 against Minnesota is going to be major. And then following the Detroit series, we're at Cleveland for 4. That includes a doubleheader, and then at Minnesota for 4, and that's leading into the All-Star game break. So we could be, by the time the All-Star break comes around, we could be like, I mean, completely out of it.
Yeah.
Like the season can damn near be over by the time All-Star break comes.
Yeah.
If things go wrong, or if things go kind of the way they've been going this season. We can, yeah. So we'll either be saying, okay, we're still in this thing, or I think for sure we'll be like, okay, yeah, we're out of this thing. And I know it's still early in the year. None of the sports writers, none of the Chicago sports guys, none of them wants to make that call. Nobody is saying we're not going to make the playoffs. And I understand nobody wants to be the first to make that call. But but it's inevitable that it may happen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope not.
Well, if they're well, they're okay. At least their hitting's coming around, and
Yes.
Lucas is better. I think they'll be okay. I think they'll go. What is it? The next 15 games.
Yeah.
I think they'll go 10 and no,
Leading
maybe
up to All-Star break, we got
yeah.
3, 4,
They're
5,
gonna go
11, 12, 13. We got 15 games
15
leading up to.
games. They're gonna go 11 and 4.
Woo! That's a big statement there. That's the statement of somebody who's not a Sox fan and who'll just be like, "Yeah, they're gonna sweep. Just believe in them."
Well, okay.
Clearly, don't have any emotion invested making such a wild proclamation. Put 11
Watch.
and 4. But I hope you're right.
Yep.
Prove me wrong, White
Over
Sox.
and under on 11 wins in the next 15.
Prove me wrong, White Sox. Please do.
They do that, they're taking over first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's
they can take over first.
Yeah, and then they'll pick up somebody at the trade deadline. They'll solidify some area. There have been thoughts that maybe should they consider Eloy in a trade away.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to do that. I am willing to trade Moncada though.
Well,
not worth as much, probably still. But I'm not willing. I don't want to trade away Eloy just yet.
Mm-hmm.
He's
kind of like Patrick Williams for the Bulls. Like you see something there, you just want to see a full season.
I just want to see a full season of it. Is it possible? Is it possible? And I feel like I see more in him than I have in Patrick Williams. Who I don't understand what people quite see in Patrick Williams. I'm sure he's a fine young man. Nothing against him, but I just don't.
His first year, he defended like the best players on every team.
Okay.
So, maybe they see. Remember, that's what they used to do with Jimmy Butler. Made their names by, but he can also shoot. Just he's too scary.
Thank you.
That's the problem. He's scary. Like
when he gets the ball, expect another pass.
Yeah. And
or
he can drive,
a turnover.
Or he always wants to shoot a three. And I know it's a shooter's league and all that, but if the lane is open and you can drive, go for it.
And you're not a shooter like that.
Exactly. Everybody wants to be Steph.
And nobody is Steph except Steph.
No.
This is true.
So it's okay not to take that three. Go to the hole. Probably foul you. Get a three.
I mean,
play that way.
Whatever you do, be aggressive and intentional with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like with Patrick Williams, I don't see any intent.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, oh, I got an open shot. Eesh. Yikes. All
Here
right.
goes that.
Try to put something up.
Right. It's like hot potato with him. Like,
yeah. A lot of uncertainty. And it's like, brother, just shoot it. I've never believed that's something, that type of like aggressive play. I just don't believe that that's something that you really learn.
Okay.
Like you either kind of have that or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what worries me about him. The thing that he doesn't have, I'm not convinced that he'll ever have. I mean, it kind of felt the same way about Wendell Carter Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Too nice, not aggressive enough.
Yeah.
Not unsure. Even in limited time last year, I didn't feel like what I saw. I didn't see him make a noticeable leap from the prior year.
Mm-hmm.
But unless he gets traded for Durant, we got another.
Did you hear that The Warriors are interested in Durant.
Yeah.
And like they're gonna trade the whole team for him. You know that's to combat the Lakers getting Kyrie.
Yeah, I don't see the Lakers with Kyrie dethroning the Warriors because the Lakers are more than even one Kyrie Irving away from winning a championship. I mean, they didn't even make the playoffs.
No.
So, and how many games is Kyrie going to play next year?
That's or AD.
88, 20.
And the fact
What's
that
he
the
going to
Nets
feel like?
consider one Russell Westbrook, what's wrong with you, Nets?
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, we got off of the Sox conversation. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I think we made a natural transition towards the Bulls. The Bulls being the big story. Obviously the Zach LaVine re-signing. I, for one, am pleased with the signing. Pay the man. He is a max player. He's made improvements every year. 25 a game. You don't come across that very often, especially here in Chicago. You let them walk, and for what? I had conversations with a few people online, and I kept hearing words like develop and future, and I'm like,
Who
so
wants
you
to
want
do that?
so you want to sit and watch more bad basketball while you watch Patrick Williams hopefully develop? Like that's completely crazy to me. Like
Billy Donovan did not come here to coach Io, Patrick Williams, and others.
in others,
He did not come here for that.
not what he was here for
No,
at
no,
all.
no.
Yeah.
And
So
I was with you. I saw those arguments. Like, who wants to go back to the dark ages?
like,
Who
what are
wants to
you
go back
talking
to that?
about? And like nobody had it. Like for who? Like you let them go, and then what do you got? You
Well,
missed the
yeah.
playoffs, possibly.
Well, what about Bradley Beal? He was never leaving the
He
Wizards.
was not leaving the Wizards.
He could get too much money there.
Bradley Beal, I think, is content with his money.
Just getting paid. Yeah. He's
And that's fine.
one person who can never say, I'm trying to win. Are you?
He's not staying in Washington. Nobody wins staying in Washington.
Yeah. And then like they were saying, okay, we'll trade Zach, blah, 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 blah for KD. But if things go bad here, KD's leaving, and now you have no one. I mean, he'll demand a trade until he's happy.
Yeah. Did you see his list of preferred destinations, which included both number one seeds in each conference? Like, are you serious, dude?
Miami and Phoenix, right?
And Phoenix. Like that. Oh yeah, I bet that's where your preferred destination is. Like, are you serious, dude? Like,
he should go to Memphis and play with Ja.
I mean, I would respect that far more than like, I'm gonna go to Phoenix or that's insane.
And I'm not for owners usually at all. But now that he's demanded a trade, you probably not going to go to your preferred destinations, because if they can't give me back a star, I'm not saying they're not going to get KD, and they know that, but you're going to have to give me a star.
Yeah.
And it's not DeAndre Ayton, or I think it's DeAndre, whoever. Ayton is not him.
No, it's not Zach LaVine.
No,
and Zach LaVine's a star, but
like they would have had to give up Zach LaVine and like a Vooch.
Yeah.
And probably like Patrick or someone like that. So now you have KD and DeMar. What's that getting you?
Yeah, that's too much.
He couldn't even win with part-time Kyrie.
And he had Harden with him most of the season.
So he wasn't, and this isn't even one of his preferred destinations. So, and who are the Heat giving up? Bam.
They had to give up Bam.
Tyler, and that's still, to me, that's not enough.
I mean, you got to gut your team to get KD.
Yes. So now it's just KD and one other person, and we already see you can't win like that.
Because we see what happened in Brooklyn. It didn't work like that. You
And
know,
then when Milwaukee got down to only 2 people, they couldn't win.
right?
So you need 3. You need 3 strong people. Not they
Really
don't have to be
into it.
3 even stars.
No
There has to be 3 quality people.
quality stars. You
One big
need
one, one next,
you
after
need
that, and then one
uh-huh.
regular.
You
But
need 2 all-stars and a perennial
yes,
at the very least. A
yes,
perennial all-star. He got
yeah,
to be like just missed the all-star game.
right.
And
Someone
really, you
who
need 3
has all
all-stars.
stars in their past.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we do have Drummond. He made a couple all-star teams.
well, he's better than Tristan.
I thought that was a solid pickup,
Yeah,
Drummond, honestly.
all their other center ideas they lost. They signed other places.
Yeah.
So that I don't blame them to go into that next level. I don't like Goran Dragic. I don't understand
I
that
don't
one.
understand the Goran Dragic. Does
Yeah.
this mean that the writing is on the wall for Kobe? Like that means, I mean, I don't know. It seems like there's not
Yeah.
a lot of interest in Kobe right
There
now.
isn't. The Bulls think they should get way more than what they're gonna get. And this is all Kobe's fault. He had so many opportunities last year
Yeah.
to take that spot of the sharpshooter off the bench.
Yeah. And I
And
saw him miss way
failed.
too many open jumpers.
Yes. Like you have one job on this team, buddy.
You know, when he hits jumpers is when we're already up by 12. It's
So,
like, oh, that's nice. You add it to the already lead.
right, because like,
But when we
okay,
need a bucket because we're down by 5,
yep, that
no.
wasn't coming. Yeah, he
That's
was
not
the one
coming.
who he got that bucket to stop the other team's run. Like the Bulls were up by 18, a team is making a run. Now they're down by 12. He gets them back up to 15.
Right. There you go. Perfect example.
He stops the run.
Kind of a no pressure type of,
Yes. Because if he
help.
misses, they still have the lead. But now he stopped the run. Everyone's
Got the run.
excited.
It's like Kobe White. Look at him. Yeah. Yeah, but when we need the bucket,
Yeah.
need a bucket, I've seen him miss way too many open shots when you need it.
And I still believe that they don't have that. Like when they double Vooch and he can't get the ball and he's supposed to pass it out to that man on the 3. It was too many times. It was Javonte Green or Alex Caruso. And then when they gave it to Kobe, he couldn't make it. They have to find someone who can at least make it 38, 40% of the time.
Yeah.
I know 40 is probably asking a lot, but 36, 38%.
Yeah. So,
and I don't know, Kobe's numbers may have been good for the year, but in crunch time,
like on paper, it looks better than what it really is.
But in crunch time, it wasn't good.
Yeah, they weren't. You couldn't get a timely bucket out of Mr. White, unfortunately. But overall, once again, fans disappointed. There was no big splash in free agency. I mean, you had your splash last year. DeMar DeRozan was a splash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people didn't like that signing, but it was a splash. And based on how he played, it was definitely a splash.
Yes. It was a great splash after you saw him play.
Great signing. One of the best signings of the offseason last year.
I guess people are now waiting for the dominoes to fall to see what happens to KD and Kyrie.
Yeah.
Because then they'll start filling in their what you call perimeter, the other players like the
NBA is just so dramatic now. It's just
because this one writer has predicted last time on July 4th, I think KD went to Brooklyn. And so he's like, just wait till July 4th of this year. Wait to see what he does now.
All right. Well, we'll see tomorrow then, I guess, right? Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I'll be glad when a decision is made on them because now I just want teams to start filling out. I want to see who is going to represent the Bulls, the whole team. If Kobe's gone, if he's staying, I mean, to me, I think they have too many
guards
that I mean, besides Alex Crusoe's a difference maker defensively, and Io is a hustler and eventually will be good, we hope. But
We
other than
hope,
that,
yeah. I
yeah.
mean,
I mean,
TBD on IO. TBD.
yeah, we'll see. The
Uh,
league catches up to people. We'll see if
that's what
he,
I'm saying.
yeah. So because they caught up to him at the end, and his shooting was bad, and
Yeah.
he tried to hit threes. No, pattern your game after DeMar DeRozan. You're more that person, and that's okay. You see,
Yeah.
he scored a lot doing
Yeah.
that.
So, we'll see. I mean, it doesn't take long for you to see if they've made the
No.
leap for the next year.
Yep.
That's why I felt like Patrick Williams. I saw him immediately last year, and I was like, no, he didn't take the leap.
No.
He's still tentative. He's still playing like he's a scared rookie.
Yeah, to me, this is the last year, and you hope that if he isn't good, it'll be one of those they waited too long again. They held on to someone too long, and so he won't be hot.
Yeah. Well, we hope that they don't do that.
Mm.
Well, let's close out with a little baseball. Who do the Cubs have coming up?
Let's see.
I'm gonna
I
put you
used
on
to
the
know
spot
these
like
things
that.
off the top of my head. Oh, times have changed. They're at Milwaukee tomorrow.
Okay.
And then after that, then they go to the West Coast for LA, and then Baltimore comes here. And then July 14th through the 17th, we have the Mets coming to town.
The Mets.
We have a chance to lose 3 out of 4.
All right, Deb. Who are you gonna be rooting for? We know who you gotta root for.
All right,
Deb,
we know.
As you should. Hell, Kristen might be rooting for the Mets. Nah, I'm not. She won't.
And that's how they finish. And we might be saying goodbye to Wilson soon. I guess they won't trade him before the All-Star game like they did Samardzija that year, and then Samardzija just wound up wearing an All-Star shirt because he was voted. He was able to go in as a Cubs, but he was no longer a Cub.
But he's no longer a Cub.
Yeah, so he didn't get to play.
Oh wow, I didn't even remember
there.
That.
They better not do that to Wilson. Wilson might tear up.
He's
something.
too good for that. Yeah.
They were like, no, you trade. You can have. They can have an agreement in place to happen after the All-Star.
Yeah.
So, but maybe they'll shock everyone and sign to an extension. I think that at this point, Wilson, he loves being a Cub, but he might wait to see what else he can get because he's a catcher who can catch and hit.
He's like a unicorn right now.
And now I think he's kind of been injured, so he's doing more DHing, but still.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. You can DH in either league now.
Yep. So this is maybe saying goodbye to some people stretch for the Cubs, and this is almost like a make or break stretch for the Sox.
It truly is a make or break. And if these fools end up going 500 and still 2 games underneath, I'm going to be pissed. After all of this, still end up 2 games underneath. So they're like, okay, you're still kind of on the outskirts of,
Yes, because it will still be like, you can't give up because it's only 2.
I know.
And there's still if you're only 2 out, there is still a lot of baseball left. If you're out 8 to 9 games, while there is still a lot of baseball left, now you get a little dicey.
Yeah, chances are dicey. It's dicey. It's dicey.
But,
well, it's definitely dicey with this White Sox team, but we'll hope for the best.
Yes.
Got 3 big ones and guaranteed rake starting tomorrow night. 7:10 first pitch.
Millie will be there.
I will be there. The Hardy clan will be there in attendance, rooting on the Chicago White Sox.
11-4.
All right, Kristen.
You heard it here first.
11-4. Let's get it. Let's get it.
We need some baseball joy in this town. I know it's not my team, but we need some baseball joy. 11-4.
It's a long summer. It's a long summer.
Yes, the stretch to the playoffs begins this week for the White Sox, and this is when they make their Atlanta Braves run.
Yes, because the Braves were struggling last year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, they were. I mean, like I've gone way too far back, but Houston was struggling mightily that year in 05 when they went and played the White Sox in the World Series. They were all but out of it by the halfway point. See, we're really reaching right now.
But this is the key. This is the key stretch for them.
This is the key stretch. So let's hope for the best and see what happens. By the way, folks, been meaning to plug our Twitter handle, which is you can catch us on Twitter at Plunked Chicago. At Plunked Chicago. So go and follow us and watch as we talk some baseball on there. And there's a lot of complaining and ranting.
A lot of ranting.
A lot of real time ranting going on the Twitter feed. So that's again at Plunked Chicago. But with that being said, I think it's time to say goodbye, my friend.
All right.
Goodbye,
my friends.
All right, my friends. This is Emilio Bucks
And this
on
is
behalf. Oh, go. See?
I'm Kristen Petite.
I don't need to be halfing for you. I'm sorry. This is Plunked, the show where we celebrate two teams, win, lose, or draw, one city.
A lot of losing on the north side.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.